Course English Translation, Lesson 2. In Module 2, we delve into various translation methods. Students should engage with the lecture text, PowerPoint, and digital materials for Week 2. Completing the exercises will reinforce understanding and application of these translation techniques. The objectives of the lesson are that, at the end of the lesson, students can firstly, explore various translation methods, gaining a comprehensive understanding. Then, they will have chances to engage in practical exercises, translating diverse texts to apply these methods effectively. This hands-on approach ensures a deeper grasp of translation techniques, enhancing both theoretical knowledge and practical skills. The main content of the lesson today is presented in Part A about translation methods proposed by some translators and researchers, which have evolved over decades. Part B is the practice. Students have chances to practice translating some texts. In the first place, it's better for us to explore the development or the history of translation. Translation has long grappled with the dilemma of literal versus free translation. Historically, emphasis shifted from the letter to the spirit, sense, and message. By the 19th century, language was seen as a cultural product, yet the core challenge persists, balancing fidelity to the original with effective communication in the target language. Peter Newmark, one of the most famous translators and researchers on translation studies, had created a framework that performed the 8 methods of translation, starting from the source language perspective to the target language one. You can see very clearly in the slide. 4 methods based on source language are word-for-word translation, literal translation, faithful translation, and semantic translation. 4 methods based on target language are communicative translation, idiomatic translation, free translation, and adaptation. First, we take a look at word-for-word translation. Word-for-word translation involves placing target language words directly below source language words, maintaining original word order. Words are translated by their most common meanings, often out of context, and cultural words are translated literally. This method helps understand source language mechanically and interpret complex texts as a pre-translation process. Second, it is the method of literal translation. Literal translation involves translating source language grammatical constructions to their nearest target language equivalents. It often starts on a word-for-word basis but adapts to target language grammar, possibly altering structures. This method remains lexically close, using high-probability lexical equivalents, and serves as a pre-translation process to address translation challenges. The third method is faithful translation. Faithful translation aims to convey the exact contextual meaning of the source language, respecting target language grammar. It effectively transfers cultural words and maintains grammatical and lexical deviations. This approach remains true to the source writer's intentions, capturing expressions like chocolate for the ears and he's the teacher's pet. The last method, from the source language perspective, is semantic translation. Semantic translation evolves from faithful translation, emphasizing the aesthetic value of the source language. It negotiates meaning to maintain beauty and natural sound, avoiding jarring elements like assonance or wordplay. Less critical words are translated using culturally neutral terms, making it ideal for expressive texts with unique structures and metaphors. Sometimes faithful translation and semantic translation are really confusing, not easy to distinguish. However, when we compare the two methods, we can see that they are quite different from each other. Faithful translation is rigid, adhering strictly to the source text, while semantic translation offers flexibility, allowing creative exceptions to full fidelity. It permits the translator's intuitive empathy with the original, balancing aesthetic value and meaning. This approach is crucial for expressive texts, where unusual structures and metaphors are prevalent.